Do you have a fear of public speaking? Do you feel frightened every time you're supposed to present? Do you wish that your presentation suddenly gets canceled so that you don't have to present? Well, if you'd answered yes to any of these questions, then you are one of the 238 million people that feel nervous about talking publicly. Public speaking is one of the most commonly reported social fears. Public speaking anxiety, also known as glossophobia, is higher on the anxiety scale than death for most. But it's hard to understand the reason for this. But before anything, we need to identify the cause of the fear, whether it's the fear of embarrassment, judgment, or humiliation. When deciding the cause, you also have to keep in mind the audience, if the audience is one person, a small group, or a large crowd. Most people are fine talking to a small group, but when they get in front of a larger audience, they get really anxious. Usually, public speaking anxiety is started in school because of the abundance of presentations. This is why I believe school presentations should be limited or even optional. Next, you need to look into the actual science behind the fear of public speaking. The fear and anxiety involve the trigger of the autonomic nervous system in response to a potentially threatening stimulus. This leads to the emotional experience of fear, and it interferes with our body's ability to comfortably perform a speech in front of others. The effects of glossophobia can include increased heart rate, intense anxiety and stress, increased blood sugar, nausea, feeling of panic, and increased sweat. These are just a few of the most common symptoms. Lastly, many people ask, who is more likely to get glossophobia? Researchers suggest that people who already deal with anxiety across different situations are more likely to have a public speaking anxiety. It also shows that women are more susceptible to this fear with 44% compared to men with only 37%. It is also more common in younger patients, but despite what age or gender, you can still pick up this fear. In conclusion, public speaking is one of America's biggest fears, causing stress and anxiety to over half the population. Hopefully, we are able to reduce these numbers in the future.